Hello everybody, my name is Mark. Welcome to another one of my Runescape videos, and in this video I'm going to talk about 7 helpful hints, 7 tips that you can use when you're killing blue dragons. I feel like I'm becoming somewhat of an expert with blue dragons because I've killed them so much since I started playing this game. In the beginning, when I first started leveling up, I was killing them to get some prayer points and also to get up my ranged ability. And now my range, if we look at my skills, is up pretty high. It's up to 78. And now currently, as we speak, or at least as I speak, I'm trying to get my crafting level up to level 75. Because level 75 crafting is one of the requirements you need to do the Plague Inn quest. And the Plague Inn quest is the required quest that you need in order to be able to have access to Pryfindis. So I've been killing these blue dragons quite a lot. I even did a video on killing blue dragons for an hour, and I'm going to do another one of those at some other point because in that other video I didn't know anything about the area loot, as I was still very green to the game. But now I'm becoming like rock and roll here, and so I'm going to talk about 7 very helpful tips that I've learned as I've been killing these blue dragons over the last several weeks. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's talk about how to kill some blue dragons. Okay, here is my first tip that I have for you. I'm standing here at the entrance of the Taverley dungeon, and the blue dragons is right off here over to the right. And my first tip is you need to get your agility up to level 70, and the reason why is because right up here to the north is a pipe, and so you just click on squeeze through the obstacle pipe, and within 2 seconds you're already here and you're ready to start killing these blue dragons. Okay, now imagine if you don't have level 70 agility. Here's the problem, okay? I did a screenshot. This is a map of the Taverley dungeon, and let me go ahead and zoom that in, okay? This is the road that you have to take. You have to follow all the way along this yellow line that I drew, and you have to go all the way around like that, like a big windy maze, and I timed it. It took me 1 minute and 30 seconds to travel all that way, okay? But if you have level 70 agility, then you see that little green arrow there. All you have to do, that's the pipe. That's the agility shortcut. You just go in that pipe and you're there at the Taverley dungeon. So that's the first big tip that I have for you, is you want to get your agility up to level 70. And I'll just show you real quickly how easy it is to make a bank run. Okay, so what you would do is you click on the Taverley lodestone like this, and you're going to teleport very close to the bank. The bank is just a few steps south of the lodestone. So you teleport over here to the lodestone, and then you see my mini map. You see the little dollar sign. You just click your mouse over by that dollar sign, and then you click inside of the bank, and then you can go into the bank, and you've killed a whole bunch of blue dragons, and you got all these blue dragons hides, and you could deposit those, and now you're ready to go back. And again, you have level 70 agility, so you don't even have to go all the way around. You've got these shortcut skipping stones down here, so you just hop, skip, and jump down here across these rocks over this river, and here's the Taverley dungeon entrance. So you just click on over there, and here you are at the entrance, and just like that, you squeeze through the pipe. You have 70 agility, and here you are. So it's really easy if you have that agility. So that's the first tip that I have for you, is to get your agility up to level 70. You only have to do it once. I hate agility, and I have 75 agility, so I never have to train up my agility again up to level 70. I don't have to go on another monkey bar or hop over a pit as long as I live. So that's the first tip that I have for you right here. Get your agility up to level 70. Okay, this here is tip number 2. My second tip that I have for you is you want to kill like maybe 3 or 4 dragons, and you want to time it. How long does it take for you to kill a dragon? Whether you use a timer or whether you just try to count in your head how many seconds you think it takes. And then you want to keep track of that, because when you kill a dragon, you see that little loop drop right there, the bones and all the loot. If you click on that, all of that is going to disappear in 2 minutes. Okay, every 2 minutes these things disappear, so that when you're killing these dragons, right, you want to try to time it. So like, let's say it takes 15 seconds to kill one blue dragon. That means in 1 minute you're going to kill 4 of them. In 2 minutes, which is the time it takes for the loot to disappear, you're going to kill 8 of them. So if it takes you, let's say, 15 seconds to kill a blue dragon, then that means after about 6 kills, you want to start walking around and picking up all the loot, okay? And that way you don't miss out on any of the loot, the blue dragon hides or whatever it is you're trying to collect. Okay, so that's my tip number 2, is that the loot disappears every 2 minutes when you kill a dragon. These bones are going to be gone in 2 minutes. So you want to kill a couple dragons or so, and just take a rough estimate how long it takes you, how many seconds to kill a dragon, and then just kind of measure it out. And like I said, let's say it takes you 10 seconds. Let's say you're really high level and it only takes you 10 seconds. That means in a minute you'll kill 6 of them. In 2 minutes you'll kill 12 of them, which means after about 9 dragons that you kill, you can walk around and start picking up loot. So that's my second tip that I have for you right here. Okay, this here is tip number 3, and for my third tip, I'm going to show you the best place to stand, the best spot in this area if you want to kill these blue dragons. Right now I'm standing right next to the pipe that you squeeze through when you have your 70 agility, and I know you got that, right? Now the best spot to stand is right over here. There is a little lava pool with a rock in it, and you want to stand almost like right on top of that thing, maybe a little inch to the right, maybe down a little bit, like right about there would be the best spot to stand. And the reason why that is because these dragons, when you kill them, they pop up in 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds for a new dragon to reappear. So let's say I kill this dragon right here, and after I kill it, it's going to take about 10 seconds or so here. Bear with me. And I just want to show you how long it takes for these to pop up. Now this dragon here is going to, see where my mouse is, 5 seconds later, 3, 4, 5. There it is right there. Okay, now I want to show you, I made a little screenshot here. Let me zoom that in. Okay, this here is the blue dragon area. That white dot right there, that's me. And the 2 blue stars, that's where the dragons are going to respawn. Okay, so let me go back to the game here real quick. So let's say I kill this one over here. Okay, and again, bear with me, it's going to take me like maybe 10 or 15 seconds to kill this guy. And then when I kill him, it's going to take 5 seconds for him to pop up again. So let me go ahead and kill him real quick. Die, dragon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There he is. So this spot right here is what I say is the best spot to stand, because you can kill one dragon, and then after you kill him, then you start working on the other dragon, and by the time the other dragon is dead, you basically just pop back and forth killing a dragon up here, and then when that guy's dead, now you kill this guy over here. And then while I'm spending the time killing that dragon, this dragon's going to pop up right there. And it's just like clockwork. I just kill them back and forth just like a boomerang, one after the other. So that's tip number 3, is the best spot to stand is this little lava thing right there. where that little rock is, and just stand like just barely to the right, maybe to the diagonal right. So that's my third tip here. Okay, for tip number 4, this one is quick and easy. You want to turn on your area loot ability in your settings, and the way you do that is you pull up your settings box, this, and then click on the settings, and then you want to go to gameplay. I'm already on gameplay, but if you're over here, just click over on gameplay in the menu up there, and then you want to go to item drops like this, okay? And then this is all going to come up over here. If I were to click on something different, it would show something completely different. So you go to item drops like this, and then over to the right is this big menu. And then you look on your menu, and right there it says use area loot, and you want to check that box. Okay, mine's already checked, so if it's not checked, then I just click the box, I check it, and that is super helpful. Okay, and if you look here, it says the loot radius will increase from the tile of an item that it's on to 3 tiles around the player. Okay, and that is super helpful when you are combating, you're killing monsters, and you have a lot of different loot to pick up, so that when you click on that, like if I did not have the area loot on, it would just click up the coin. It would just pick up the coins, but since I have the area loot on, it's also showing this blue dragon scale, which is right up here. And if I walk up there, you know, it's all in the same box, and so I can literally just pick up everything like that. So that's pretty helpful, and that's my 4th tip that I have for you here. Real quick tip. Okay, for tip number 5, my 5th tip that I have for you here is when you're running around picking up loot, and let's say you get low in health. Let's say for some reason the dragons have been having a good day and they knocked you down a few hundred points. You want to try to time it when you're picking up the loot when your adrenaline is kind of high. And like right now, my adrenaline's it looks like it's at about 79, 87%. So if I was low in health, and I'm not that low right now, but just to show you, you walk around and pick up the loot, and simultaneously your health will start regenerating as you're picking up the loot. So that's kind of a way that you can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And you do that when you're low in health. And then when you get your health back up, you can go back to the other method that I showed you earlier in the video, where you're trying to time it, and you got 2 minutes. Like all of this loot, all this treasure, whatever you want to call it, is going to disappear. It stays there for 2 minutes, and then it vanishes. Okay, that's normally what you do. But if for some reason you get low in health, then you want to do this tip right here, tip number 5, which is to walk around while your adrenaline's high. And now my adrenaline's back up to 97%, and so I could literally heal myself the whole rest of the way. My max hit points are 8,500, and I can pick this up. And by the way, you'll notice I have the area loot on as well, which is one of my earlier tips. And so there I am, healing up nicely. And so that's my 5th tip that I have for you. If you get low in hit points, just pick up the loot when your adrenaline is high. Okay, for tip number 6, you want to put in your action bars, or actually I should say you do not want to put in your action bars any of the abilities that hit multiple targets. Unless you're a high level, I would suggest only use the action bars that have abilities that just attack 1 monster. And this is the action bar that I use for my magic gear. It has the impact ability, and then rack, and then it has this one, which is does some damage and it heals me simultaneously. And then it has these other ones. It has wild magic, sonic wave, and those are pretty good damaging abilities. And this one here is my ultimate one back here. Where's the ultimate one? Yeah, this one right here, the Omni Power. This one really does the damage, 400% of my spell. And the reason why is, like, let me go ahead and put on my other action bar. Okay, this action bar here has the chain ability, which attacks 2 additional targets, and then it has a frontal cone. And I use this action bar when I'm attacking lower level monsters, but unless you're really high level, then when you're fighting dragons in general, dragons tend to do higher damage than your average monster. And watch what happens when I attack with this ability. You'll notice that I hit 2 other dragons, and so now I'm fighting 3 dragons at the same time. And also, when I want to walk around and pick stuff up, it's harder to do because I have to kill 3 monsters instead of 1, and I can't just stand in my favorite spot and hit these 2 monsters back and forth, because now I got to fight 2 monsters or 3 monsters, and it's harder to do, and I tend to take more damage in a quicker time. So it's just easier if I just take that off and I go to my 4th action bar, which has the non-multiple target abilities like this. And now I can just attack one at a time, easy as a cool breeze on a summer day, and I can just go back and forth like I talked about in my earlier tip. So that's tip number 6. I would suggest, unless you're really high level, I would suggest just use abilities that do not attack multiple targets. Okay, for tip number 7, my last and final tip for this video, killing blue dragons, is don't forget your dragon shield, or I should say your anti-dragon shield. And I know this one seems kind of obvious, but I felt that I should mention it real quickly because there have been times that I forgot to bring my dragon shield. And when you're fighting these dragons, as you probably know, they will breathe fire on you. And if you don't have your dragon shield, if you don't bring your protection, then they will toast you like a marshmallow. So that's my last tip that I have for you here for tip number 7. Bring your anti-dragon shield. Don't forget it. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. And if you did like it, feel free to hit the like button. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Happy RuneScaping and ciao.